Again, launches the right hand there, Laria, but Namalambo able to see that coming from a way out, deep into the final minute of round 2. And again, it's been Laria in this second who has made most of the running. Namalambo's looked aggressive at times, but it's generally when he's been put under some pressure like he was there. He looks to try and throw back. Decent body attack there from Laria. Left hand in particular, right above me, was a good, solid, well-delivered shot. There goes the battle at the end of the second. Plenty in attendance this evening. It's gradually filling up. There's quite a few here already. 6 fights on this main card. A lot of local talent on display.
Round 3.
So into the third, I think the referee just wants to have a quick word with the corner there at the start of the round, which is why he sent the 2 fighters to the neutral corner to start with, and then calls time in, and away we go. Featherweight, of course, a famous weight. Ghanaian boxing. Zuma Nelson, whose name adorns one of the stands here, just over my left shoulder. WBC featherweight champion, 1984 to 1987. Took that fight against Salvador Sanchez on 17 days' notice. A massive underdog. Took it into the 15th round, and that really made his name. And a few fights after that, he won the title against Alfredo Gomez, moved up to super featherweight, won the world title there as well. BK Poison, David Cote, another fighter whose name is up in lights here. Back in 1975 won that WBC featherweight title. The Inglewood Forum against Ruben Olivares, which was an absolutely enormous win. That's the kind of stock that Bookham has provided down the years. Trying to double jab to the body there, Lariat.
No, not yet, because I can't hear myself.
Looks to try and lead off with the uppercut there with the right hand. Namalambo then followed it with the left into the final minute of round 3. Good right hand there from Lariat. Really stepped into it, threw it, then rolled off to his left hand side. Closing stages of round 3, and Barry's winning these early rounds. Just been the more accurate of the two at jab there just glances the forehead of Namalambo, who's looking to try and throw plenty. Got decent upper body movement, as he showed there. Strange right-hand lead, followed by a left, and down he went as he was coming forward there, Namalambo. I don't think it was all that heavy, that left hand, but it caught him on the move and put him down. He was off the back of a showboaty kind of right-hand lead, and then he sorted his feet out really quick, landed the left hand, and down his opponent went. It was quite a flash move, that, actually. It'll be interesting to see it again. It was right up above me in the neutral corner. He kind of waved that lead right hand, almost hitting with the back of the glove. It looked to me anyway. Then as he attacked, it was the left hand. There we go, there's that little right hand lead, and then as he comes forward, he cuffs him with the left. It didn't land all that clean. It was inside of the glove, but it was the punch that caused him to hit the canvas. I don't think it would have hurt him, but it's a legitimate knockdown.
Seconds out. Seconds out. Round 4.
So into the fourth, that third, a 10-8 round for Lariat. He's got his nose well and truly in front here. When you look at the pair of them, the difference, one of the differences is the hand speed. Lariat's got quicker hands than Namalambo. Namalambo can be quite ponderous in his movements. He does try and keep it nice and tight and compact. He's got long arms, he drops those elbows in. He tucks up and covers up pretty well most of the time. There's that jab, just squeaks through the guard there from Lariat. And the uppercut off the back of the double jab there, Lariat just turning nicely around that front foot. Right hand lead there from Lariat again, left him a little bit stranded, needed to cover up when the body attack came from Namalambo. Midway stage of round 4. Boxing out of Windhoek, Namalambo in Namibia. Namibia had a decent return in terms of champions in recent times. You think about Paulus Moses, Olasan Bunda, Julius Ndongo more recently. I remember commentating on his fight for Undisputed against Terence Crawford. He had 2 of the belts, the WBA and the IBF at super lightweight. Crawford had the other 2, and Crawford won comfortably on the night. No shame in that for Ndongo. He pulled up a couple of massive wins. One away in Russia against Edward Troyanovsky. Finished that fight in 40 seconds in the first round, and that really wasn't supposed to happen. Then he got the win against Ricky Burns, of course. Jab there, Namalambo. Leads off with that left hook, and again his opponent saw that one coming and swung himself off balance, touched down with the gloves. So midway stage of this one, scheduled for 8 in the featherweight division. Well, there's a slip. So a couple of slips in the prelims actually. It's a brand new canvas this, as big fight nights will always have, and sometimes the transfer can be a little bit slick, particularly if some of these boots are quite new. Going to the fifth, into the second half of this. Feint there from Lariat, then chops down with the right hand. Difficult to catch clean Namalambo. He's been down once, but as we commented at the time, it wasn't a completely clean shot. The timing of it was good and it caught him on the way past, and that's really what ended up putting him down. Stoops to the jab to the body there, Lariat. Hello, Jake. Couple of single jabs and then the right hand over the top there from Lariat. Right hand there from Lariat, and then the two of them just come together. Quite a slow pace to this round. It hasn't been breakneck speed throughout, but there's been a little bit of a lull in this fifth round, I think.
Hello. I still can't. You listen.
Then looks to try and throw that right hand down the middle. The second time of asking. It crunched through the guard and down Namalambo goes. That was a well-delivered punch. Again, just slid those feet in a little bit tighter. He was knocked under the bottom rope there, and he slips as he gets up, and the referee therefore waves it over. And I think it was just the surface of the ring that caused his right foot to slip as he got up, but he left it quite late. He took the full 8 count, and because of that slip on the way up, the referee decided that he wasn't going to allow it to continue. It was a good shot, that. The right hand just straight down the pipe. I don't think he was really hurt there, Namalambo, but at the same time, it's a good accurate punch. You can see he gets decent distance on it. Sets it up with a jab, clatters it through the guard. And you look at him there, his eyes look clear, he knows exactly what's going on. And then he just kind of rolled under the bottom rope. He waited for the 8, which is exactly what you should do. But then as he got up and planted his right foot, it slid out underneath him a little bit. It caused him the problem, and the referee stopped the fight.
Hello.
And that's a good win for Lariat. He was nice and patient, nice and disciplined. Got the couple of knockdowns and got the finish. And that was the best punch that he threw, you would say, in the fight, that right hand. Just wrestling those gloves off. A defeat on the road for Namalambo.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the two boxers. It is a featherweight contest scheduled for 8 rounds between John Lai and Lazarus Namalambo. My ladies and gentlemen, it ended in the 5th round in 2 minutes 44 seconds. Ladies, the winner, John Lai.
Well executed win. And keeps hold of that hardware.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for all of the boxers who have fought so far here at the Bout Boxing Arena. Maximum thanks for our first ring announcer, Mustafa Nete. Ladies and gentlemen, another big round of applause. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we go forward and look forward to the main event of the evening, we present to you a 6-round welterweight contest between Ibrahima Diallo and Godson Amuzu. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause as we welcome Ibrahima Diallo and Godson Amuzu.
It's a spectacular sight when you walk through the archway. And this is Godson Amuzu making his way in. 4 wins and 2 defeats in his career so far. And both defeats have been narrow, one by majority decision, one by split decision. His last fight was a first round stoppage win last December against Henry Hope. And he makes his way into the red corner.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, please help me welcome Ibrahima Diallo.
And now making his way to the blue corner, Ibrahima Diallo. Remember seeing him on the international amateur circuit at the World Championships in 2019. Won the fight, then ran into Andy Cruz, which was terrible luck around that time. Cruz, the Cuban, was as near unbeatable as any amateur I've seen in the flesh. He won the World Champs in 2017, 2019, 2021, the Olympics in 2021 as well. He was an absolute force of nature. So he was a good amateur, Diallo. 13 wins and 2 draws as a pro. From Belgium, now training in St Albans, just outside of London in the UK. Boxed on the Matchroom show here in December, winning over 10 rounds against Samson Segbedzi, playing an IBF international title. Was professional in Belgium, in Monaco, in the UK.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live here from the Bukum Boxing Arena in Accra, Ghana, we present to you the 6th rounder here as part of the Legacy Continues put together by Legacy Rise Sports in collaboration with 258 Boxing and live on the Zone and live on Supersport. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin by introducing the officials for this bout. Ladies and gentlemen, judges on the corners of the ring, Ishmael Williams, Shadrach Akwe, and Richard Amevi. And now, ladies and gentlemen, referee May Mensa Akako in the center of the ring handling the action for tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the boxer fighting out of the blue corner, out of the Charles Quarter Gym here in Accra, Ghana, with a record of 4 wins, 2 losses. And of course, I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, Godson Amuzu. Fighting across the ring in the red corner is born here in Ghana, and of course domiciled in Belgium with a record, a clean one at 13 wins, no loss and 2 draws, with 2 of the wins coming by way of knockout. I present to you the pride from the heart of Brussels, Belgium. Put your hands together as we welcome Ibrahima Diallo. Now I hand you over to the experienced May Mensa Akako.
Gentlemen, I want a clean fight from you. You defend yourself at all times. Also, respect man's trust at all times. That glove, good luck.
So 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. Ibrahima Diallo in the camouflage and gold. Godson Amuzu in the silver. Comes out in the southpaw stance here. Diallo to try and start nice and quick with that jab. High guard there, Amuzu. That's the first thing you notice about him. He leaves a lot of room down to the body. Did have a professional fight in USA as well, Diallo. Was based in Miami for a spell. Had a pro outing in Orlando, so he's well travelled, amateur and pro. Referee just warning them about the front feet clashing. There's not an awful lot they can do about that, really. And again there, the front foot of Amuzu getting on top of the front foot of Diallo, and they just had a little bit of a waltz for a second. Left hand from Diallo caught Amuzu, not with any real weight, but he was accurate. Left hand into the body there from Diallo as Amuzu came barrelling forward. I think that's a decent shot to throw at him. He will commit, you can see that there. Doubles up the jab, throws the right hand. It's slightly ungainly, good straight left hand there from Diallo. Then a left into the body. Caught by right hand there, Amuzu, as he was just trying to let his own hands go. He's perfectly happy to try and put them together. Right hand down the middle there from Amuzu. Shaping up into a decent fight this, because Amuzu is very willing to engage. Diallo just turning nicely off the ropes there. Is the more skillful of the two. But Amuzu is trying to bring some pressure here. Trying to whip that uppercut, Diallo, and then get on top of Amuzu. Left hand into the body again there from Diallo, who's had a good opening round here. Flicks that jab.
First niggas gotta find me. What's 50 grand to a motherfucker like me? Can you please remind me? Fall so hard, this shit crazy. Y'all don't know that don't shit phase. And as we go, I'm 82 when I look at you like this shit crazy.
Choosing to stay on his feet in between rounds. The diamond is a nickname. Pressure makes diamonds. On the back of the t-shirt there.
Second round. Round 2.
Well, the referee calling time out. And just telling the trainer, I think, there to get off the apron, not to sit on the apron. Quite right, you're not supposed to do that. Lean on it. You're not supposed to sit on it. Left hand there from Diallo, didn't land clean. Referee saying there that Diallo was, I think, trapping the forearm of Amuzu. And I think he's, again, the referee having a word with the trainer about encroaching on the apron. I think they want them to sit well back from it. I said that you are allowed to lean on it. Almost everywhere in the world you are allowed to lean on it, but I don't think they're being allowed to here. They've got to stay well clear of it by the look of things. Looking for a long, loose, straight left hand there, Diallo. Didn't quite get there. Minute gone in round 2. Stoops into the jab. Left hand into the body from Diallo. Amuzu with a right to the body. Good to see Diallo just try and establish that jab a bit, because what he's got here is somebody who's shorter than him, who's going to have to come barrelling in on him. And he's happy to do it, Amuzu, as well. Just keep snapping that jab, keep pumping that jab and knocking him off balance as he looks to try and come in. He looks like he's trying to pick the perfect left hand at times here, Diallo. Left into the body was a decent shot, and again there, got his feet a little bit closer there, Diallo. Short with the left into the body again that time. And those shorts have slipped right down. The referee needs to get those shorts back up. They slipped all the way off the protector. There's a decent jab from Diallo. And again lands it there. Counter left hand into the body. He's got some good tools. Closing stages of round 2. Left into the body again from Diallo. Good right hand to finish the round there though from Amuzu.
From the fucking start, I think I'm big news. Getting work. Hallelujah. One nation.
Well, there's that left hand, and it was a legal blow, even though it landed on the protector, because that belt line has slipped right down.
My music's so loud, I'm swinging. They hoping that they gon' catch me riding dirty. Tryna 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 catch me riding dirty. They can see me lean, I'm kid, so it ain't easy to be seen. When you see me ride by, they can see me lean.
Seconds out. Round 3.
Into the third, they're scheduled for 6 in the super welterweight division. Ibrahim Diallo, 13 wins and 2 draws in his career so far. After a good international amateur career, is in control of this through the first 2 rounds. Good to see him just try and clip through the gears a bit here if he can. He doesn't need to go crazy. Good solid right hand there from Amuzu after he stepped in behind it. The right came back from Diallo. Amuzu will continue to be aggressive here. Nice left hand there from Diallo. Getting nice and low there, Amuzu, as he comes in. And this is what he'll do, he'll stick to this. And just a little bit of wind in his sails, I think, in this third round. Maybe he feels that there isn't all that much to trouble him when it comes to power from Diallo. And if he does think that, then he'll grow in confidence. Landed a right hand there just after the referee, I think, could give him the call to break. That was a decent chopping left hand there from Diallo as Amuzu waded in with the right hand. He turns quite square here, Amuzu. Goes southpaw, actually. Now back to orthodox. Diallo trying to pin him on the ropes to send that left hand home. Left hand lead there, Diallo short with it. Amuzu getting onto the inside, landed the uppercut there, I think. Right hand to the body from Diallo was a good shot. Into the final minute of round 3. Closing stages of the third. Little 1-2 there from Diallo. I think this is probably Amuzu's best round so far. I don't know if he's quite done enough to win it, but he had some spells, certainly. Throws a right hand there just as Diallo throws a left. A little bit of blood coming from the mouth there of Diallo as the bell goes. Good upper body movement there from Amuzu.
Seconds out. Round 4.
Right hand there from Amuzu. Amuzu getting close again there, just coming up with that right hand, managing to push Diallo into the ropes, who looks outside of the ring. Taunting Amuzu a little bit there. Diallo needs to be careful. For the most part, he's found it easy enough to stay out of the way of these marauding attacks, but they're going to keep coming, and he can't afford to switch off. The feint a lot there, Diallo. The first couple of times he did it, it did seem to open Amuzu up a bit. Amuzu looking for that right hand into the body. Right hand landed on the back of the head there, I think, from Diallo. There wasn't that much that he could do about it. Amuzu would dip quite low at the waist. Steps in and lands a good right hand to the body there. Diallo got really good purchase on that. That left was bang on the belt line, and Amuzu's looking just a little bit weary now as he sinks in those body shots here, Diallo, into the final 30 seconds of the round. And I think that the body work is beginning to have an effect. Amuzu trying to dig those feet in and punch his way off the ropes. Well-timed left hand again there as he came forward. And I mentioned right at the start of the fight that he carries that guard quite high, Amuzu, and does leave that body on offer, and that's what Diallo concentrated on in that round, and I think to good effect. And he got good range there, really digging his toes in, heaving those body shots in.
My mama couldn't get through to me. Drama, people
on TV talking like it's just you and me. I'm just saying how I feel, man. I ain't one of the Cosby's, I ain't go to Hill, man. I guess the money should have changed them. I guess I should have forget where I came from. Wait till I get my money.
Seconds out. Seconds out. Round 5.
So into the 5th. Diallo in the camouflage and gold with a decent lead here. Amuzu with the silver shorts on, steps into that right hand, and again there, he's putting plenty into this, and it's not that he hasn't had some success at times, but for the most part he's been outboxed by his opponent. Again, looking for that left down to the body there, Diallo, and I'd just stay down there if I was him. Look for that body as much as possible, and he does that, tries to find a left into the hit of the stomach, but Amuzu had just turned. With southpaw there, Amuzu, not for very long. A decent looking jab actually. Diallo's just biding his time in this round so far, maybe feeling like Amuzu, if he continues to work this hard, might blow himself out a bit in the second half of the round. And he's breathing through an open mouth here, Amuzu, and I think he is feeling it. He started the round throwing plenty like he generally does, but he's backing up to the ropes now. And this is where Diallo needs to try and get to work here. Go down to that body, stay on that body. Looking for the uppercut there, Amuzu. We head into the final minute of round 5. One more to go after this. And I think this is where Diallo needs to try and put his foot on the gas here. He looks like he's got more left than Amuzu, and he needs to let him know that. He needs to make that count here. He needs to work him this final minute. Don't let him lean in and cling on there. Get that shoulder in, shove him off, and let your hands go. Amuzu just digs his toes in there and sends that right into the body. Throws the 1-2, turns away. Taking a seat on the bottom rope there, down he goes. The referee, I think, is saying no knockdown, but he's almost collapsed through exhaustion there, to be honest, Amuzu. I don't think anything really landed. He took a seat on the bottom rope and then he sunk down to the canvas. There was no foul in there that I could see. He just ended up on the canvas and then I think made the most of it, because I don't think he's got an awful lot left here, Godson Amuzu. Left into the body there, that looked to me like a legitimate knockdown, and the referee is going to count it as he came forward. He hit him with that left to the body and down he went, and that's what he needs to do, Diallo. He needs to get back on that body and just stay on that body, because he's ready to go here, Amuzu. He was boxing on vapor a lot of the time in that 5th round. You could see in the second half of it, he put plenty into the first half. In the second half, he was on empty. Well, here, under no real punches, he ended up going down. Nothing really lands there. There's a left kind of around the top of
sadete delay dada na TV so LP driver ma twimi ti te se articulator se de mani hu hantwo afidie ne so no wotimu se mede nsem nam eni da ena me call makura ekohu abrewa eni akwakora me call ye no so no ya asade aya mamre ye de niam agu akwan mu ma be me ho akwankyere ena ma san machi abankran ye de delay show no eba ne apagya akowiem esrum honam inti efri enei amti TV so edikosi da yesu beba ne maye tosum yenu no eye Saturday 6:30 p.m. on TV3 momane na haya esanse ebeye wonkum na ye peme anodin so we dey standard.
Brought to you by Telecel, Pepsodent, Malta Guinness, Betway, Gino Tomato Mix, Lindsay Sanitary Pad, Delay Foods, Tabia Takum, Ohiniri Seasoning Powder.
The Delay Show now shows on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. on TV3.
Give them the other one. Give them the other one. We're back on your screens every Friday, 8 p.m. and it's Showbiz 360 live. I'm feeling tonight. This is where you catch up on everything you've missed in the world of show business, interesting conversations with your favorite personalities and celebrities, and of course the promising ones, the upcoming ones, the one who say hello, shout out to my fans even though you don't have any. You understand? Right here.
Me too suswa to swimming pool. Girl need to sober her body so.
I cannot wait. Good. That's what I'm talking about.
Showbiz 360 now shows on Fridays at 8 p.m. on TV3. Brought to you by Johnny Walker.
TV3 Talented Kids is back again! Even bigger and better, we're unveiling a brand new lineup of contestants with exciting, diverse and mind-blowing abilities from across the country.
For the contestants, Talented Kids is more than a competition. This is a journey of self-discovery, building confidence, resilience, and a platform to grow from young, talented children into tomorrow's professional icons.
Dial *713 *13# or download the MG Reality app to vote for your favorite contestants.
Talented Kids, free to play.
Talented Kids Season 17 shows Sunday at 5 p.m. on TV3. Powered by Indomie. Tastes great.
Sponsored by Flora Tissues, Top Choco,
Gino Jollof Mix,
Didi Shito,
Fratelli Calipo,
Nero Prime Water,
Coco Plus, CTIW Foundation.
Hey, let's take a selfie. Yay! Fast selfie. Give me. Yeah.
Smile.
Hey, smile. Let's add some filters. Filters? No!
Where? Young Collins our how?
Let's keep it natural.
Natural it is. Hey.
Natural is definitely better.
Fratelli, fruit juice. This advert is FDA approved.
When you are going to buy the paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
Nancy, me do any tasting kuyi. Taste it all. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef. The way it enhances the natural aroma.
New aroma.
New taste.
Flavor need taste.
FDA Aji Edradia in Kratsui.
All bets on sports.
What is bet?
High odds.
What is bet?
Fast payout.
Bootmaker Company.
Great taste starts with the finest ingredients: wheat flour, milk, eggs, and a touch of cinnamon. Crafted with care for the authentic Ghana achomo experience. Enjoy tasty, crunchy mini achomo anytime you're